This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Joe Longo.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of maybe disconnecting from a distracted world? We might have something that's right in your neighborhood. Today, I'm pleased to introduce your good neighbor, Brandy Frey of Alchemy Lounge. Brandy, how are you? Thanks for being here with me today.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited to chat with you and learn all about Alchemy Lounge. If you can tell the listeners, what is Alchemy Lounge?
So Alchemy Lounge is a relaxation destination. It's a space where you can experience multiple modalities to relax, whether that is spending some time in our salt room or heading to the infrared sauna, which also has salt in it. We have a red light therapy booth. That's pretty cool. We have massage, Reiki, sound healing, and just added acupuncture and fascia stretch therapy. And I'm looking forward to that because an hour of somebody helping me stretch, that's just awesome. I can't wait to do that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It sounds like it is, you got a little bit of everything to help people.
There's a lot going on here.
Relax. And you also do sound healing work as well, correct?
Yes, I do a type of sound healing called acutonics. So we use tuning forks and we apply them to acupuncture points on the body. Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of principles of Chinese medicine that go into that type of sound healing.
Mm-hmm. So how did you come to get into the business of relaxation?
Well, I was into sound healing and some energy healing, and I really wanted to do some sort of business with that. But I was in a 25-year career in healthcare that started to feel out of alignment. And it just was, how you kind of feel like you're pushing a 10-ton brick uphill, and it's just like, why is this so hard? And it didn't used to be hard. It used to be really just, I was in the flow. It was great. But there came a shift and things weren't feeling like that anymore. And I had this constant, almost like this bird pecking at the back of your head saying, you want a business. You've been thinking about your own business. And so some other things kind of aligned and the opportunity arose, and I made the decision to start my own business. And I really went all in. And, I thought I went in with, knowing what I was in for. I didn't know what I was in for. But we're getting over some of those humps and hurdles, and things are getting much better, and really feeling great about the decision that I made. So basically, like a lack of alignment with the corporate world and with the healthcare system, and just knowing that I didn't do these things for myself when I was in all of that. Mm-hmm. And I knew that I needed to. And so now I get to be here every single day and make that space available for everyone else and encourage them to do what I didn't do. So.
That's wonderful. How did the sound healing come into your life?
I've had multiple instances throughout my life where something has come to my attention seemingly randomly, but probably not so random. And it sparked the next phase of what I was doing in life, whether it could be seeing a billboard or something like that said, hey, I should do that. Mm-hmm. Well, this was during probably the first 6 months of COVID. And I was still working through all of that, but working at home. And I thought, I'd like to do some other modality. What is that going to be? And so I just started searching online, figuring out what that might be, came across sound healing, and it resonated. I found a teacher, and there was weird synchronicities that aligned around that teacher especially. And I dove headfirst into that. And I found this system, and there's a lot of science behind it. It's a lot of, based on acupuncture principles, and which I love details, and knowing everything I can about what it is that I'm going to do. To me, that just makes it feel it's valid, it's legitimate, and I don't want to do anything that is fly by night. I really thought it was great, and I wanted to do more with that. So that was how it started. I wanted the business to be about that, but then I'm thinking, how do I make a living just doing that? So I needed something else to add to it. So really, the salt room became the anchor, and everything else is complementary to that. Everything else is built around that. So
that's great. And I love how you said earlier about the synchronicities and like seeing a billboard, because sometimes it just happens that way, and you're like, I don't even know why I looked and I saw that, but that was the message that I needed to hear today to get me, to get me moving. And good job following those synchronicities and those breadcrumbs, because we never really know where they're going to lead and what may be on the other side.
Well, just to back up a second, when you're making such a major life decision like that, to totally leave a career that you have worked so hard for to do something that seems completely different, in making that decision, yes, there were some difficulties through that, but it felt easy. It didn't feel like inside, like I was grappling with, doing this. So to me, that helped me understand that I was on the right path.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So as you are probably learning from everything, marketing is really the heart of every business. So what are you doing? How are you attracting your target customers? How are you getting them in the door to come and relax?
That is the one area that I had almost zero experience with, and it was the hardest part of everything. You get this great place, get it open, the doors are open, you think you've done everything you can, and then the phone doesn't ring, no one walks through the door, and you're sitting here thinking, what the heck am I supposed to do? And, sure, I had a Facebook page, I had some social media, but I didn't really do much with it. And it became like my second job. So social media is a lot of what we do, and it has evolved. I've gotten a lot better at it, probably have light years to go to be great at it. Or hopefully I can have somebody else do it for me. It is a lot. And any person going into a new business learns that. And if you don't have a social media presence, you're not in business. So that was probably the hardest thing. And that's the thing that I do the most. So we do other things. We've had some radio ads. We've had some different things like that. But a lot of those things cost a lot of money. And in the beginning, you don't have a lot of money to spend. So really, this is, and this happens to be where my target market is on Facebook. We're the little bit older crowd, I guess now, the Gen X crowd, or they're, around that. So those are the people on Facebook. So, and Instagram. But I know we do need to expand beyond that.
Have you ever thought about having a podcast and talking about the sound and wellness and this space?
I have thought about that. It just seems so monumental to me. I would really love to do it. However, as I'm feeling right now, the sound of my own voice coming back to me at some point, I just don't know if I can listen to that. But we'll see. This is dipping the toe in the water and, seeing how I feel about that.
Yeah. And the thing about our voice, we don't hear it the same way everybody else hears it, because it's in us. So you're not alone in that space of, that's what I sound like. Definitely a natural piece to it. So outside of the lounge, what do you do for fun?
I need to be doing more for fun. So just like I tell people about needing to come and relax, I need to do more for fun. But what's fun for me, this business is fun. today is my day off and I'm doing some things related to the business, and that's fun. Yesterday we had an event here that was fun is one word. It was enlightening. It was my day off, but we had this event and I had such a great time. I love things like that, connecting with people, but then I also love my quiet time. I'm a little bit addicted to spiritual podcasts. Mm-hmm. So every chance I get, I'm listening to those or watching them on YouTube. So that's and spending time with my family and my dogs. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the fun. My husband and I go out to eat, so that's kind of our thing.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And we all need to play and have a little more fun. If you can tell our listeners one thing you would like them to remember about Alchemy Lounge, what might that be?
That when you walked through the doors here, you felt welcomed, you felt like you belonged, you felt at peace when you were here, and it's a place you can't wait to get back to.
And I will definitely say that is true. When I walk through the doors there, I definitely feel relaxed as soon as I walk in. It just has that energy about it. I do have we're going to say two more questions because we really have one more, but you brought something up that I want to touch on a little bit, events. So you also host events in your space as well?
Yes. Yesterday we hosted the Lehigh Valley Medium, and that was my first experience with that type of event. Mm-hmm. And some of the things that people heard about their loved ones who had passed on was so specific and just so healing for them. They needed to hear that information, and I was amazed. I was blown away. Mm-hmm. And so that was one event that we did. We do others. We have sound baths occasionally. We have had special yoga classes. In fact, Joe, you have done an event here, and we have Tai Chi and Qigong workshops. There's various things going on throughout the year.
Mm-hmm. So how can our listeners learn more and find out about all of the good things that are happening at Alchemy Lounge?
Our website can be found at alchemyloungepa.com, or you can find our Facebook and Instagram pages, and the handle is at Alchemy Lounge PA.
Wonderful. Brandy, it has been great connecting with you. And from everybody at the Good Neighbor Podcast, we wish you all of the success moving forward. Thank you so much for being here and being part of this.
Sure, and thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpnepa.com. That's gnpnepa.com. Or call 570-908-43